Hey, good morning. Last time we talked about Colossians 3 1 through 4, and where Paul is setting up this new life with Christ. And because we have been raised, he's kind of giving the why we're talking about this motive is like because he was talking about the life of Christ before in Colossians, and now he's like specifically talking about where we're going to be with this, like where we were, slash who we are, to where we're going to be and go. And so Colossians 3 5 through 9 is a lot more talking about how we came from a broken past and now we're going to be moving to a restored future. And so here's Colossians 3 5 through 9. So put to death the sinful and earthly things lurking within you. Have nothing to do with sexual immorality, impurity, lust, and evil desires. Do not be greedy, for a greedy person is an idolater, worshiping the things of this world. Because of these sins, the anger of God is coming. You used to do these things when your life was a part of the world. But now is the time to get rid of anger, rage, malice behavior, slander, and dirty language. Do not lie to each other because you have stripped off the old sinful nature and all of its wicked deeds. And so Paul here is kind of doing two things. One, he's giving a vice list, which is a thing that in the text before, and you've seen a few of these, and he uses them quite often. He basically lists a bunch of bad things that is characterizing a list of people. And that's who we used to be. We used to be people who got angry, who slandered one another, who lied to each other, who was greedy, had sexual immorality around us, impurity, lust, and was an idolater. And all of these things, it's doing one piece. And it's right when he writes like that these people are idolaters. A greedy person is an idolater. It's because you're putting stuff in front of God. You know, all of these things you could say are in the way between us and God. And so what Paul is doing, he's like, this is who you were when you were thinking about the earthly things, when you were thinking about things that you want to do and not what God wants. And so here, he's going to say that the metaphor or the imagery here, he's like, you took off your old self with its old practices. It's kind of like the clothing language. Like, I'm wearing this blue shirt right now, but it's kind of like, if I'm going to live this new life, I'm going to take this shirt off because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put on a new shirt, almost like a red shirt or something else, but like a new shirt because it's going to exemplify the next behavior, the new life that we're going to live. And so that is what Paul is going through right here. And we're going to continue on and talk about Colossians 3. But something that I need you guys just to be encouraged by this morning is that you are not who you used to be before you met Jesus. Maybe, the actions might be the same. Maybe some of your thoughts are still the same. But you are in a transformative relationship with Jesus. And he's asking for every part of our lives. And it's great and important to know that we are not who we were before we walked into this step with Jesus. Have a great morning.